Hello students, in continuation to TS1 Unit 11, we are going to see in today's class regarding the destination specific services, the catering to diverse need, then the arguments of the job. So in part 1 and 2 of this TS1 Unit 11, we discussed about the common services which are required at the destination. We have seen the tourist police, then we have dealt about the communication, the photography, and the other requirements at the destinations. So this is going to be an interesting chapter, and it is going to be end of the TS1 Unit 11. After this, we will be concluding the Unit 11 with this particular thing. So in today's class, we are going to discuss about the destination specific services. Earlier we have seen the common services, that means the services which are common to all the destinations. Here in this particular section, we are going to deal mainly the destination specific services. That means each and every destination, it is in requirement of certain specific services which will be only specific to those destinations. Such services are not required in that other destination. So these destinations, they will be requiring such specific services. Second thing, in relation to this, we are going to see how we are going to cater to the diverse need. So the requirement has to be fulfilled. In this service industry, the requirement will be very diverse, and we have to keep always in mind the quality which we are delivering and what services are essential that has to be delivered without any failure. Otherwise, the tourist will lose the interest at that particular destination. Moreover, understanding the specific requirement of the destination itself is a complicated task. So we are going to understand the destination specific services. Apart from that, we are going to see how we are going to cater to the diverse need which are the destination specific needs. Then in the third heading, we are going to deal the arguments of the job. Sometimes this will create a lot of job opportunity for the unemployment youth. Otherwise, due to certain factor, the job creation in this tourism sector will also be really a vacant thing, because due to certain specific issues, even though the jobs are available, if the tourists are not coming to that particular place, the job will not be created. So it is going to be another interesting section in which we are going to deal these three topics to the fullest of the extent. So the destination specific services, there are certain services which are specific to a destination or to the type of tourism. So what type of destination it is and what type of tourists are visiting that particular destination, it depends upon both the things. Because for example, if you see the adventure sports related tourism industry, there these people will be moving towards those areas where the adventure sports can be taken up. For example, in Himachal Pradesh, in Bir Biling, there is a particular place for this parajumping and parasailing activities. It is one of the famous destinations. There, the people, those who are knowing how to use these equipments, are in real need of. Suppose if I am there as a tour operator, and if I am not knowing how to provide services to these paragliders, then it is of no use to conduct the business, because none of the tourists, especially the adventure tourists, those who are interested in undertaking this activity, will approach me, as I have no idea about this paragliding, or if I have not undergone the training, or if I am not conducting those activities. So my scope will be limited at that particular destination. Here the youth has to understand in which destination they are living and which is the primary activity known at that particular destination, why the tourists are attracted towards that particular destination, what sort of activity is going on in that particular destination, and accordingly they have to decide what sort of service they have to provide, whether that service it required any special training, and they have to see where the training can be undertaken. Then they have to go and attend the training, they have to come back, then they have to operate such services or provide such services. Then only they can earn a lot of profit. Otherwise it is of no use, because the people are in requirement of certain special services, because the destination cater for the special need of services at that particular place. If I am not able to provide those services, or if I have no knowledge or no equipment, then there will be less footfall towards my agency and my services will be almost all meaningless. So, understanding the destination specific requirement and providing the services to the tourist visiting such destination will be always helpful in creating a lot of profit in the business. The lifeguard needed at the beaches. So, if you are staying by the side of the beaches or the water bodies, then you can undertake this lifeguard as the service provided by you, so that your requirement in the water bodies or by the side of the water bodies will be more when the tourists are visiting large in number at that particular place. Suppose if I am a lifeguard, then if I am somewhere dwelling in the mountainous region, it is will be of no use, because there the requirement of the lifeguard will not be there. So once when you are residing by the side of the beaches or by the side of the water bodies, it will be wise to undertake the training for the lifeguard and provide service as the lifeguard, so that you are also benefited, as you will get an employment opportunity in the local area and you can serve the tourists to the fullest of the extent with the knowledge and the skill what you have gained as a lifeguard in that particular training. So, the services related to the water sports are also of immense use, because the adventure sports lovers, they are visiting various places, especially for the rafting purposes. The people are visiting various river bodies and they are undertaking such activities. There, if you have done some special course, or if you are providing the equipments, safety equipments and other water sports equipment, then it will be of real use, so that you can contribute to the tourist, and for in return you will be earning a lot also. Suppose if you are not having the idea, or if you are not selling any equipments which are related to the water sports, or if you are not providing any such services, then number of tourists visiting your outlet or asking for the services from you, it will be very less. So you have to decide in which sort of destination I am and what is the main activity undertaken by the tourist visiting this destination, whether you have certain special skills which you want. If you are in requirement of training, then you can undergo that particular training. You can get the necessary license and certificate for becoming a tour operator of adventure sports nature. Then you can provide the services. Apart from this special requirement, there are certain services which will be required by the tourist in the common terms. For example, you can rent the tent equipments, then sleeping bags, then sports shoes, raincoats and other trading activities elements, which will be very much helpful for the tourists in completing their activities. For example, trekking elements, which will be requirement of certain other bags and special equipments which are required by the trekkers. Suppose if you are maintaining those equipment, the tourist will be in need of your services. They may be taking these equipments on the rent from you, and they will be completing their trekking activities and they will be returning it to you. As the tourists are not interested in purchasing this item, if they purchase, then they have to carry it along with them. So what they will do? They will arrive at the destination, they will look out for the service providers. If the service providers are providing such equipment, they will be taking those equipment on hire. They will be using these equipments and they will be returning it back to the people, those who are the real owners of this equipment. So such services are immense use. Here you can create profit. At the same time, the tourists also will find it useful. So the unemployed youths, they have to target such services. They have to fully understand what will be the requirement of the tourist visiting this destination. Accordingly, you calculate, you plan and you procure those items and you learn how to do it or develop it as a business activity. It will be of immense use. then the coolies or porter service as per the requirement are also provided in the hilly area. There may be people and they are involved in agricultural jobs, but during off season or during tourism peak season, when the tourist arrivals are more, they will be working as coolies or porters. They will be carrying the heavy equipments along with the truckers in the high altitude region. Thereby they will be giving a lot of support to the tourist or to the trucker or to the mountain climbers, and thereby they are getting a lot of money also as a part of the income. Such activities are very common in hilly regions. In the beach, we need the beach lifeguards. In the mountainous area, we need the porter services. Such services does not require a high educational qualification. A common man with little bit of knowledge about the surrounding can also undergo the special training, and he can learn these skills which are quite common, and you can use these skills for further development of yourself and of the tourism industry at that particular destination. Certain photographs are kept for you to understand. Here you can see the lifeguards at the beach. They are standing ready with all those equipments because they have undergone special training. They know that it is a tourism peak season and the tourists may arrive large in number towards these water bodies, so they are ready for their duty. Here in the second slide, you know, whatever it is done for the tourist. Boating equipments are there and they are taking that particular equipment along with the tourist, and the tourist will go in for a ride and he will be returning back those equipments. Thereby they are creating some profit to the people and also to the profit to the tourism industry. Then comes the photo of the coolies. They are providing the services to the people, those who are in the station, that means in the railway station and in the bus stands. It is a quite common scene because they want to help the tourist by providing such services. So they learnt it that the tourist will require such services and they offer themselves for those services, thereby they are making an earning. Then hawkers selling different items in that particular area, they will be known for that. For example, if I want to purchase a beach mat or some photo equipments or some other equipment, there will be the hawkers, those who are doing a brisk business. They know in the tourist dominated areas, such equipment are always in need of. So they will be selling only those items. Example, there are the massage clinic which provide the massage services to the visiting tourists for a little bit of amount. So the tourists, those who are coming at that particular destination for the purpose of enjoying the visit or for the purpose of pleasure or for relieving their stress, they may undertake this particular massage treatment in the spas which are available at the tourist destination, because it will leave them happy and it will be a memorable experience for them. Then apart from these services, the pony services, the horses, the camel rides, the elephant rides are also available to the tourist at the destination. Especially the small children, they are very much attracted towards these animals and they will always try to take a ride on the back of these animals because it is something which creates a curiosity in them. So the parents will also want their kids' enjoyment, so they will be taking these rides along with the kids. So this will create a lot of amount or benefit to those people, those who are holding these animals and conducting such small rides on its back. Such thing will always give certain economic benefit to the individual who are carrying out such businesses. Then guide services, the pathfinders are also the requirement of the people in the hilly areas. So the guide will be guiding, they will be giving the correct direction, and the pathfinders, they will always try to explore the new path with the help of the tourist. They will help the tourist in finding the new path. They will also move along with the tourist and they will try to explore the new areas and they will try to give the new way to a particular area. So these people are also getting a lot of business. So we can also hire those people. Only thing is that the people should have the required knowledge for undertaking such journeys. If they are having a lot of knowledge, then they can put it for the use. So what we are going to do, how you are going to use those services, that is a very interesting thing. So you have to be prepared to be a part. So there are many other services which are provided to the tourist at the particular destination. Boating, bioscope, theatre, cinema or all other industries which will attract tourist attraction at a particular place. So if you are providing such services, that will be also helpful in creating certain profit. See here certain photographs are kept which will try to explain you. You can see the massage services is being offered to a tourist. You can also see that small children, they are enjoying the bioscope at the place or at the event or fair, and such things are also creating some economic value for those people, those who are offering such services. So if you understand the destination's requirement, the tourist requirement, and if you start it as a small business, opportunity will knock your door and more people may be arriving at for these services, and you can earn a living out of which you can also create profit, and that will help in the development of the destination and in the development of the nation as a whole. Now here we will try to understand catering to the diverse need, how you are going to fulfill the requirements of the tourist, because the tourism specific services specific to the destinations are required. Once when that requirement is fulfilled, automatically we have to think who is going to fulfill those requirements, how they will be fulfilling it. So you need more manpower in various informal services, both build up the demand for providing further services to back up them. Suppose if the tourists are arriving at a place, it requires certain informal services. Then once when the informal services demand increases, automatically in other sectors also the demand will increase. So the tourist linked transport service, for example, if you speak, we need more people who are working in other areas of the transportation, that means in the maintenance, that means in the fuel side, and in the other side there are certain requirements of the job and the people will be getting employment opportunity. So overall we should always understand, if the tourism is developing at a particular destination, it will require the people, those who are directly involved in the tourism related sectors, and in indirectly there will be a lot of employment scope for the people, both educated and uneducated, in the related services, either directly or indirectly. Suppose for example, if you are constructing a hotel, this particular hotel was constructed because more tourists are arriving at that particular place. So the people will be getting lot of employment opportunity while constructing that particular hotel. Suppose if the hotel, the construction job is over and when it is inaugurated, now the tourist will be availing the service in that particular hotel. Now while maintenance of that particular hotel property, we require a lot of staff. These staff, they may not be directly involved in expanding the tourism businesses, but they are required for maintenance of that particular hotel. So indirectly or directly, tourism sector, it is increasing the job at a particular place. So the number of people who are getting the employment opportunity because of the tourist movement towards that particular area or the destination will be more. For example, and it will also help us to understand what are the nature of the duty which are in taking place in a particular hotel. For example, we may require plumbers, we may require electrician, waiters, cook, watchman, washerman, laundryman, etc. are required at a particular smooth functioning of the hotels. So a big hotels will give a lot of employment opportunity to these people, even though they are not involved in directly providing the service to the tourist, they are involved in indirectly providing the service to the tourist. Moreover, the staffs, those who are working in that particular hotel, they may be in requirement of such services. For that also, the local people, they will be getting more employment opportunity. So once if the tourists are arriving at a place, we can surely say the employment opportunity will be created for the local youth in large number in the industries which are involved either directly or indirectly to the tourism sector. For operating the eating joints, for making the vegetable shops, mutton shops, etc. to be operational, we need more manpower. We have to provide such services. Without the help of such services, the tourism activities cannot flourish at a particular destination. Whatever may be the type of tourist and whatever may be the type of tourism activity taking at that particular destination, these are the important and vital sectors which we have to look in. Even though they create a little number of jobs, these jobs can be undertaken by the youth because that does not require much of the skills. So these jobs will be always helpful in developing the economic condition at that particular place. For the transport segment, we need drivers, we need mechanics, we need petrol pump operators, and other service stations and other jobs are required. So this is a chain. Suppose if you bring more tourists, automatically the link transport and other sort of transportation requirement will increase. When these increased requirement will always need the help of other sectors and the related sectors. So it is like a chain. If more tourists are arriving, more jobs can be created. And if more jobs are created, not only in the tourism sector, but also in the other sectors which are involved either directly with the tourism or indirectly with the tourism. Here certain photos are kept, as I have told. Here you can see inside the hotel. These are the requirements of certain jobs. Inside the hotel you can see a plumber, then you can see the security staffs over there. Here there is an electrician who is put up for maintenance work, and here also you can find certain other people are involved in cleaning activities like washermen and others. They are also required for the smooth functioning of the hotel. Now the hotel caters to main demand of the tourist. They are giving the services to the tourist. Automatically these services are also gaining a lot of importance nowadays. Then you see the vegetable shop, then you can see the other shop which is selling mutton and eggs to the tourist. We can say these shops are real important because the hotel operator, they will be taking the requirements of vegetable from these shopkeepers. Now these shopkeepers also provide employment to the local youth. So it is a chain mechanism. The petrol pump station where the vehicle takes the fuel, here there is a cab driver requirement and also a mechanic who is in job for rectifying the defects in the car. So such industries will also attract a lot of youth towards that particular destination. Suppose if the employment is less, then automatically the employment can be created more. Suppose if the population is less, the people from the nearby villages or in the rural areas, those who are not getting the jobs, they will be migrating towards that particular destination. This is how the economic activities take place, and such things are possible by developing tourism at that particular destination. How often such services would be required and the type of employment offered would always depend upon the number of services required. So if more tourists are visiting that particular destination, the more number of jobs will be created. If less tourists are visiting, once again the less job will be created. So you have to understand the concept clearly. The people, those who are arriving at the destination, will decide the employment opportunity to a certain extent, because the more the people are arriving, automatically the demand will increase, and if the less people are arriving, the demand will go down. Now on understanding this, we will be moving to the another topic, that is the argument of job. One, the argument in favor of promoting tourism is that the demand services and the centers are creating more jobs. Suppose if the destination flourishes a lot, more people will be attracted, more tourists will be attracted. To cater the demand, more people will be migrating towards that particular destination. The local people, they get the employment opportunity, plus the tourists get a very good services. Quality services can be provided at a cheaper rate when the more people are there to provide the services. Efficiency will increase and the people will be happy as they are making money out of such transaction or such business. The demand for subsidiary services differs significantly depending upon the type of tourist visiting that particular destination. Suppose if a rich tourists are visiting more in number, they require a lot of man force, they require a lot of human labor to give a lot of services to them. Suppose if the low budget tourists are visiting a particular destination, they require only less services and the less demand for the job will be created. So this cycle has to be well understood by us. In that particular case, what we have to do, if high budget tourists are visiting, what will be their requirements? Accordingly, we have to position our manpower so that these manpower, they provide the quality services. If low budget tourists are visiting the destination, accordingly we have to decide what will be their requirement and how to create the demand further. The demand will be higher because their capacity to pay will be higher in case if the high-end tourists are visiting that particular destination. So their requirement will also differ. They will be ready to pay for the quality services. So we have to understand the concept. who is moving towards that particular destination. If it is a high-ending budgeted tourist, then we have to keep our man force ready so that they are giving and they are gaining a lot by doing such services. For low budget tourists, the requirement will be less because they will be moving in a very simpler manner and they are interested in accepting the less costly services. So they may not spend more. Even though they are not spending more, they will be creating certain employment opportunity for few people. So that is also important for us. Every individual should have some job, either directly or indirectly related to tourism segment. Moreover, what we have to understand is this is a highly fluctuating business. For example, during tourism peak season, you can find that many people are getting lot of employment opportunity due to the hectic tourism activities which is taking place during peak season. The same population will have or will be finding it difficult to find jobs during the tourism off season, because during tourism off season, all these travel agents, all these tour operators and other agents which are involved in tourism business, they will be giving the employment opportunity less. Why they are giving less employment opportunity? Because there the tourist arrival will be less during the off season. So what we have to do, how to manage the situation, this becomes the biggest question, because tourism is almost a seasonal job provider. In a particular season, the destination will attract more crowd or more tourists. In the off season, exactly the opposite situation will prevail, and the seasonal employment opportunities only can be created with the help of the tourism industry. And moreover, if certain negative things appear at that particular destination, it will create the problem. So the law and order has to be maintained. Suppose during the tourism peak season, if law and order is getting deteriorated, what will happen? Even though more tourists are expected, more job can be created and the destination is very much attractive, but if one certain incidents are taking place which will make the people to think whether to travel to that particular destination because of civil unrest or war or law and order is deteriorating to a large extent. If such activities are taking place, it will affect the tourism business at that particular destination. Even though the tourists are interested in visiting the destination, these incidents will have a negative impact, as a result of which the tourists will not move towards those destinations during the peak season also, as a result of which the locals who are expecting a job opportunity, who are expecting to earn in a particular tourism season, will find it difficult to make their livelihood. This will create the problem further, and these youth will be left unemployed, and it may create more problem in the society. So here you can see in the photograph what is happening during that particular period, once when there is a certain trouble in the society, or when there is a war or warlike situation which prevails in that particular destination or between the countries. Naturally, it will affect the flow of tourists towards that particular destination. Even though the destination is very attractive, all the service providers are ready, they are fully geared up to welcome the tourists. It is because of such activities the demand will go down, and this will create a lot of trouble to the local people, because the tourist arrival is reducing day by day, and they will be in question whether they will get the job opportunity. This being the seasonal business, the tourist, what they will do? They will be moving towards the other destination, and it will take quite a long time to overcome the negative impacts which are arising because of such incidents. So we have to be very careful in what situation these incidents are occurring, at what time period it is occurring. We have to keep a watch on it. Suppose if it is happening at the tourism shoulder season, or if it is happening before the tourist season, naturally it will affect the destination to a large extent. So we have to deal this matter in a very proper manner so that the local youth's employment opportunity are not disturbed. These unexpected external factors, civil unrest, war, it also reduces the morale of the tourist visiting that particular place. So tourism may create a lot of employment opportunity, but unnecessary occurrence of such incident, it will remain a big question mark in the safety and security aspect of the tourist. So the tourist may not visit that particular destination even in coming years. So it is our duty to look in how we have to overcome the situation. Otherwise, what will happen? The youth, they will not get the job opportunities. After 1 or 2 seasons, if still that condition prevails in a negative manner, they will be moving out from that area in search of job and they will migrate to other areas. As the destination where such activities are taking place, that destination will surely lose its charm and the people will be interested in moving outside rather than towards that particular destination. So the tourist will also not come and the local will also try to move to other destination where they can get the employment opportunity. So the situation has to be dealt in a correct manner and we have to bring it under control. Otherwise, the employment opportunity what we are expecting to be created because of the tourist movement will be lost once for the all. So this situation will remain for a long time and that will be creating a negative impact, and slowly the tourist may forget that particular destination and they will be moving towards the nearby parallel destination where they are not facing such problem. Moreover, in the tourism industry, we also face that the people, those who are in the high paid job, they are from other cities. Normally, the local people, those who are staying there, are provided with the low paying jobs. So this also will lead to the controversy that the outsiders are dominating the locals, and moreover, the outsiders, they are getting high paid jobs. That means they will be appointed as the manager. That means they will be controlling more number of local people who are taking the lower level jobs. This also has to be dealt very properly by giving suitable position to the suitably educated youth will make the tourism development at that particular place a strong thing. Suppose if there is some impartiality or if you are not giving suitable employment opportunity to the educated youth, it may affect the tourist inflow. So in this class, we learnt about the things which are very much useful in bringing or in developing the tourism demand at a particular place. So in today's class, we discuss about the destination specific services, then how we are going to cater to the diverse need of the tourist and diverse need of the situation, and it is related to the argument of job, how you are going to create more job with the help of tourism by maintaining all the law and order and the peace and security of the particular destination. Hope you have understood well. Thank you, student. Thank you very much.